Tasya, you ready?
I am.
Come on out. Tasya's here! Well, this is going to be more of a quick rapid-fire questions for the fans, but how's your con been?
Amazing. Thank you guys so much for being so patient, so lovely. I know it's been like really fast, quick and dirty. I'm happy I got to spend a little bit of time with all of you guys though, so I appreciate that.
Yes, well, we had to line up early. We're ready to ask you questions. Let's go. All right.
So, as a big fan of music, has a song ever made you feel emotional, but not for your own feelings, but something that a character that you played, like memories of that character? I do have an example if it helps you. Because I heard a song, it's by Halsey, called Lonely is the Muse. And the end of the chorus it says, but I was built from special pieces that I learned how to unscrew, and I can always reassemble to fit perfectly for you or anybody else that decides that I'm of use. And the first time I heard that song, it reminded me so much of Echo and how much something like that must hurt.
I literally feel emotional right now as you say that, because as soon as you were saying those words, I was like, oh my God, like that poor sweet thing with so much armor. Like she was only useful to people, and that was her sense of self-worth. You know, she didn't have an identity outside of that. And exactly, yeah. So that's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Throughout the show, I noticed that you, as like the way they presented your character, you were just so sharp and beautiful, and you often had less dirt on you than others. You were just like stunning and gorgeous, and I'm just wondering how you navigated being a amazing, strong, powerful woman in this field.
I mean, I think that, like where you draw inspiration from is, you know, the people around you often, or some other source. Like I looked to other women in Hollywood, like Robin Wright in House of Cards. She had like this kind of stature to her, and I read about how she got into that character, and she said that she embodied an eagle, and I stole it. And so like when I would move as Echo, like it was all in the neck, you know, like I would always be kind of, you know, I wouldn't move much, but I was, you know, and so you start to build a character through many different things. How do they move? What are they thinking? Like what are their opinions? And as far as, you know, being a strong character, a female character, you know, I borrowed from my mom a lot. You know, she's really that person for me, and that helped me out a lot with this. Yeah. Thank you.
Great question.
Hi.
Hi. I was wondering what your thoughts are on Echo and Hope's relationship.
No, that's funny because on the way somewhere in the last 2 days, sorry, it's a bit of a blur, but Marie turned around in the car and she was like, who is my stepdaughter? And all of us in the back were like, stepdaughter? And she was like, yeah, Shelby played her. And we're like, Hope? And I'm like, I think she was my stepdaughter too? Like me and Chuku and Octavia. We were all, anyways, but I'm like, or was it a love interest? We're not entirely sure. We walked the line. But me and Shelby just loved each other so much. You know, it was so nice working with her. What was the question?
Yeah, I guess just like, what did you think that kind of relationship was? Did you see it more as they were friends, or like there was something romantic there, or like?
I mean, I think when Echo first met Hope, she was like, who are you? Like, Echo will always approach everybody with suspicion because she was a spy, you know? But I think when they were stuck gardening for many years, you know, she softened, and I think she just probably like an older sister, I would say. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Hello. So there's a fan theory that Reese made as Get Up because that's the opposite of Street Crew, which Callie made. And that means, and you know that as Get Up symbol right to him with the spiral. Do you think that he made that to symbolize him trying to get back to his father through the anomaly?
Say that again?
Do you think he made the Asket a symbol to symbolize him trying to get back to Cadogan through the anomaly?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know. But you know what happens is like you write and develop a world is you start to look at the symbols that you've established and you start to like bring them back into the world again in later times to start connecting the dots, and that's a really great question. Holy. But I wouldn't put it past Jason because, you know, like that's how his mind works, and he was surrounded with really strong writers, so.
It's interesting because that symbol was around for so much of the show, but it could have been like a foreshadow that we didn't even notice.
I know.
Clever.
I love it.
Good question.
Yeah.
So basically I was wondering, because like Echo obviously starts as like a very like tough, like kind of mean character, but then like with her time like on Space Crew, like with Raven and Bellamy, like she gets a lot like softer. So I was wondering like your thoughts on like her character progression to like a more like gentle version like of herself.
I mean, like, I find like that's the most interesting thing is when you see, like, if you play a person one-dimensionally, then it's like, you know, then it's just not like real to me. I was always looking for the moments that she was, you know, like where I was like, where's her conscience? Like, and for me, you know, the penny dropped when she had to go tell Bellamy that Octavia was dead. You know, she had opinions about other things on the way where she like, you know, you'd see in her eyes that she's like, I don't like doing this. But that was the moment, I think, for her where she really started to feel bad. But she doesn't trust anyone. So it took a lot of time for her to start to see that, you know, people can be good. And weaving that into moments was really fun, but it was also really hard because every page it was like, and then she kills another person. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, here we go. But Bob actually suggested this one time when we get to space and we're like climbing through this hallway, Bob was like, Bellamy came and gave me oxygen. One of us gave the other person oxygen. Was that?
I think it was Harper.
No, you went to get Bellamy.
No, it was me and Bellamy in that one moment. Yeah, I gave, like, so, like, then you start to see that, you know, she's starting to understand what it means to not just look out for herself and to take care of the people around her. And that's why I love her story so much, because, like, she just has this beautiful heart where she starts to learn what, like, love is. You know?
Great, thank you.
Hello, David.
Hello. All right, non-hunter related question. What's your favorite catchphrase on Shoresy?
Yeah, so.
Oh man, there's so many. They are. Yeah.
Y'all should watch Shoresy on Hulu, it's hilarious. And this one's heavily featured in the new season.
That's true. I mean, I like, you know, set the tone, you gotta set the tone. Like, set the tone is just like a great way of like, I don't know, walking into a room and just setting the tone. Give Your Balls a Tug is like not my top 10. It's kind of like, that's like for the boys, I guess. FU Shoresy. That's always fun to throw around, you know? What else? There's so many. I think that's where it's at. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Huh? Yeah. Huh?
That's the best one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so, you know Monty's Make Algae Not War thing in his little apron and his algae saving the world. So if you or Echo, you can choose, we're going to put something in that phrase for algae, what would it be? Make what? You can't choose love because that's what the whole phrase is off of already, so make something not.
Do you ask everybody this question?
No.
Okay.
Am I now?
I'm like, what did they say?
No, you're the first.
Make Nutella.
That works.
That works, thank you.
That's what I'm going with. Thank you.
Okay, we have time for one more question, then we gotta get you to the airport.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll make it really quick.
Okay.
So my question is, this is like a design question. When you came back and your hair was really short, you looked absolutely stunning. I always wondered, was this something that you chose to do, or was it something that the writers chose for you?
The writers,
They did. And
They
you
did.
said, okay, better talk about it.
they wanted me to shave my head
Oh my goodness.
on camera. They're like, I'm like, bald cap? Or they're like, no, I want you to do it on
You
camera.
look absolutely
And I was
fine.
like, I'll do it.
You had the ropes on.
Marie was like, they asked me to do that, and I told them to beat it. Yeah, but, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, one last one, quick.
What do you think Echo's thoughts were on Lexa's decisions when it came to Sky Crew and Clark, and how do you think that might have evolved over time?
Oh, she did not like it. She did not like it at all. Like, she was fully opposed to that, but she was also like a spy intrigue crew, so she was blending in, and that's why she has certain tattoos. But yeah, she was not a supporter of that at all. And that's why it was so interesting that like she ended up becoming like a sky person later, which is so great. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you all so much for your questions and your patience.
Thank you.